This is Majinoni, and I'm just preparing my new order for my order through Discount Comic Book Services. So I was going through previews, and I figured, let's do a video on Let's Talk previews for, what is it, March? So this is the March one, so what these will be the books that come out, or what I guess in May. So let's take a look here. Now, it's obviously going to be a Green Lantern month for DC, because you have the DC movie, and the war is still going on. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when I'm reading the text here, it's like the blockbuster war of blah 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 takes Hal Jordan blah 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 to blah 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 blah, and Carnage blah 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 escalates blah blah blah. John and Kyle learn their roles blah blah blah. To me, this basically sounds like they don't really have anything new to tell me, because it's basically recycled text. I mean, we've read this stuff in Semester War, we've read the same stuff in Darkest Night. I mean, heck, we've read this same stuff in Secret Invasion, the Dark Reign, all that other nonsense. So it's like they're just recycling text, and that really has me worried that this doesn't really bring anything new and exciting to the table. I'll still get it just for completion's sake, but I'm not really thinking there's going to be anything good. The other thing that has me also worried is they're just recycling old artwork. So I don't know, is it kind of like they don't really have anything to show me, or is this basically the best they have, or do they really have something spectacular that they're hiding? So we'll see. Then we got Reign of Doomsday, which is my Let's Beat on Superhero book. Now, let's talk about Flashpoint. Now, Flashpoint, it's like things aren't the way they're supposed to be type of a situation, which I guess that kind of makes sense with everything that's, because since Flash, you can deal with time travel and things like that. And then based on the earlier, the first issues of the Brightest Day crossover one, the Time Police suspected that there's a problem. Now, this is another one I'm not really that interested in. I'm still on the fence of whether or not I get it. If I get it, it's only going to be just to do a review sake of it. But when I saw the different characters, like their Aquaman redesign, I'm like, you just killed him and now you're redesigning him, and then it's like, just make up your mind what you want to do with him. Now, I'm gonna predict big things are gonna happen with Booster Gold. Now, I saw in an interview that Booster Gold is basically, he's like the central character in a way with Generation Lost. He's the guy that's basically leading the troops, and depending upon how well that goes, he's going to be going forward. I'm sure he'll play a much bigger role in things. I don't know if I'm going to buy Booster Gold just because of that, but this is somebody that you might want to keep your eyes out, at least in reading the synopsis, just to see if something important is going to happen with him. Static Shock. I'm really curious to see this. I love this picture. This is like an awesome picture. I'm probably going to order this through Discount Comic Book Services, because hopefully that they'll have a good discount on it, and hopefully this will be really good. And alright, Call Me Crazy, but Gladstone School of World's Conquerors. This thing just looks like it's going to be hilarious, because it's like a school for kids whose parents are supervillain type things, and they're teaching them how to become the greatest supervillain. And I don't know, to me this just looks like it's going to be fun, and hopefully it will be. And DuckTales. I'm really on the fence for this, because I heard Darkwing Duck was supposed to be really good, and DuckTales basically, it brings back childhood, because I used to watch DuckTales, and it was entertaining, DuckTales and Tailspin, and so I'm kind of curious to see if this is going to be good. I don't know if I'm going to get it or not, but we'll see. Now, there's another one that says "Call Me Crazy." Tenjou Tenge. Now, I understand this is manga, and I understand you Marvel DC hardcore fans hate manga, but let me explain something to you. Tenjou Tenge is nothing but action, fighting, massive destruction, body part destruction, I should say, and panty and boob shots. If you could imagine Iron Fist and Sung Shi, Master of Kung Fu, fighting, and you can imagine this thing on crack, steroids, and heroin, with nudity. That's the fight that you're going to see with Tenjou Tenge. Now, DC put it out earlier, a lot of the volumes edited, and it was horrible. It was like salt in my eyes. Now, granted, when they put the editing, it was all nudity, but the fighting was fine. But this is the manga where clothes just get ripped off, boobs bounce everywhere, panties are exposed, and people just get obliterated to the point where all of their bones break and they just clump down. This is just by Great. This is like one of my all-time favorite action fighting series. You know, I know people out there don't like Naruto. I know people out there don't like Bleach, but the action you will see in Tenjou Tenge makes those books truly children's bedtime stories, because the fighting is just outrageously insane. And it's just basically, just imagine you have your high school, you have a pretty lengthy history about these different families and passing down powers and abilities and things like that, which you get a ton of it in flashbacks and things like that. And you have school clubs that just fight. That's all the school does, is they just live to fight each other, and it's just amazingly good. Let's put it this way. If I could only buy one book this month, I would throw these all in the shredder, and I would just buy Tenjou Tenge, because the violence, the action is so much greater in this title. Now let's go on to Marvel. Alpha Flight before I even go into Alpha Flight, we know that Marvel is going to be doing Fear Itself, and I'll be honest with you, there's just so many titles that are coming out with Fear Itself that, it's either you're all in or you're all out. So I'm not sure what to really say other than spend your money wisely, because this is going to be an expensive crossover series. Hopefully that it's going to be good, but there's some things about it that are making me worry. But I've heard through the grapevine some big things are going to happen in this title. Now, anyways, with Alpha Flight. Alpha Flight was that comic by John Byrne years ago that first debuted in the X-Men. And this is Canadian's premier superhero team that just doesn't know how to do a good story. Now, that didn't mean that there wasn't ever good stories, because when Byrne was doing it, it was really good. After that, as the years went on, the stories became less and less interesting and kind of took a nosedive. Now, the thing that has me worried is it looks like they're going to reunite the old team, which, it looks like what they're basically going to do is just scrap a lot of the old history nonsense and then move forward. Because Alpha Flight was one of the teams that had a lot of tragedy in it. Characters died, and I will say this. I did like the concept of Alpha Flight, because you had like Alpha Flight, Gamma Flight, and it was basically like different levels of schools. And that's where you got Wild Child from, because he was originally in one of the under schools. I think he was in Gamma Flight. But I'll probably get this one. I definitely think I will. The Marvel Zombie Christmas Carol, this just looks like it's fun. The one thing that has me worried about it is it's a 5-issue miniseries. So I'm like, couldn't you have done this like in 2? or one double-sized or something like that. The art actually looks kind of entertaining too, and who's it by? It's Pencils TBA. So that now has me even more worried, because you have artwork and nobody to sign for it, unless TBA is a new guy. Actually, no, that's probably just the cover that they're showing. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to get it or not. I'll probably actually wait. I'll check to see what the discount is on Discount Comic Book Services, and if it's not that great, I'll just get it at my comic store, get the first issue at 20% off, and then cancel it if it sucks. Moon Knight, #1, Bendis. I'm torn. I'm really torn. I love the concept with Moon Knight, but I think Bendis is getting tired with writing, and this is either going to be amazingly good or it's going to be amazingly bad. I'm leaning towards it's going to be amazingly bad. So I don't know if I'm going to get this, but Bendis fans out there, something to look out for. And for X-Men fans, finally, is X-Men Prelude. This is going to be the jumping on part for their newest big event. So keep your eyes out on that. If you have any comments or questions on this video, let me know. And I'm really curious to know what you guys think about these titles that I mentioned. Do you guys plan on getting any of these? And do you think I missed something? Now, keep in mind, Fear itself, it's one big thing, and I just didn't want to waste extra time going into it. So, but I am curious to know if you guys are going to be, how much of Fear itself do you plan on getting, at least initially. Let me know, and I'll put up more reviews and stuff like that later. So, until next time.